Okay. I don't know why there's some wet. Like it rained in here, but maybe it's condensation. It's not on this side, it's only on this side. Maybe, maybe impossible for it to. Okay. This out of the way. Let's go get the supercharger. I think we got the tools we need, everything here. First, we forgot one thing. And that. They're using the kids now to do it. I thought school's out. I thought it was school today. It's Friday. Kids are not in school. Right. Should be. Oh, I already grabbed that socket, so. And then so I did. Very carefully. Hope is good. It's just busy as fuck over there. dogs creeping down the street. I can get this to fit. This will probably save me a lot of headache to get this to fit in here first. There we go. Okay, not about. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to make some adjustments later. But most important thing is the belt. We don't want it crooked. We don't want that. There's a bit of water there. Now that I got that, before bolting this down, now I can adjust it. Alright, now that we got that, I'm going to start and here it is. Let's start this first longer M8 bolt. Torque specs are, I think, 17 foot-pounds on these M8 bolts. So some adjustment. Ooh, it came off a little bit. Let's sit there on the bottom, just the most important thing. Yeah, we definitely want that. Once it goes down, it's going to give more room. We'll torque it down now. And by doing that, the belt looks crooked now, but once it's seated in, it'll should be feeling a lot better. This looks a little crooked. We can seat it. Well, once we because it's allowing it to move down. Once we move up on the other side, it's going to straighten it. This is the way I do it rather than using the tensioner with these. And this supercharger isn't. It doesn't come with this type of 2.4 stock. So it's a custom belt system to get it to fit. So I'm just using this M8 bolt to fit. And yep. I just want to make sure it's on its dowels. That was quite a bit of a thump there, but it should be all right. It is on its dowels. And there. And the belt is nice and taut. At the end of the pulley, but even. So, one of their favorite things to do is they have what is known as the loud noise before the loud car. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to use classical conditioning. I didn't realize why the neighbor in Jamestown, New York was doing this. We kept stomping on the floor above my head. She'd always follow me around the house, and she'd stomp, and then some loud car would come flying down the road. And I didn't know why she was doing it at first, and then like every loud car would like really start to like irk me. And I'm like, since when does the sound of loud cars me to, see me doing what I'm doing with my car here, bother me? I could hear them over my TV. They just like, no matter how, even like in the background, I could just hear them over everything. I'm like, since when is my mind just getting so upset to the noise of loud revving engines and cars and stuff? And I just like thinking like, well, she's stomping on the floor before these cars are coming down the road. There's a pattern to this for a reason. And then I'm like, looked up a lot of some stuff and figured out this is a form of like classical conditioning. So classical conditioning is like what Ivan Pavlov talked about, how you can train the mind to, like, for example, a cat that once it hears its can of cat food opening, it comes to the kitchen and runs to get its food, because its mind has already learned it through experience, and that the sound of that cat food can opening means food. So their mind, they automatically, and they did the study that the dogs will automatically start salivating at these triggers. So what the people are doing are using it as a form of psychological warfare, and are teaching my mind to get upset by the sound of everyday noises like loud revving cars. You see what I'm saying? And that's why the neighbor was stomping before the cars go down the road, and they don't have nobody living above me now, so they can't stomp before the cars go down the road, but they could certainly have people yell in the background right before they have somebody set up to do a poll. They can make all kinds of, they can honk the horn, just anything to kind of trigger your startle reflex. And I think they're just pairing the two together. The sound of loud cars, you being startled, and then and in time that just will take care of itself. And the whole idea behind it is to get you to live your life in fear, It's a really fucked up experience. But yeah, that's why they're doing that. They did it really bad in New York, because they did it when I was living at Tivoli, because whenever they can, if they can, like if any kind of apartment set situation, they're gonna try to move people in above you. They want to be like above your head. They want to know when you're using the bathroom. They want to know everything, Like I said, watch your kids, people. These child traffickers get into everything. I truly do believe these people are involved in this. But I'm just going to start torquing this bottom bolt down here. I've always just used I never had to use a torque wrench on any of these bolts, but it says 17 foot-pounds. So this is a really slow roll with this thing here. It's really giving me a hard time, but it's fine, we'll do it. Seems like it's starting to rain a little harder. Might have to give this one up for a bit. I thought it wasn't going to rain anymore, but it still is. Give me a break, man. Come on. Well, I'm getting this bolted, and I know that. And I'm going to give this up if it gets any worse. And I don't know, it's almost like somebody, I don't know, it's weird. I think it's just condensation, I guess. I'm just highly suspicious because my car has been messed with before. They loosened the brake calipers. Took when it was parked in the Tivoli parking lot. It was like an open parking lot. They had total access to it. They could just fuck with it all they wanted without worrying about dropping a wrench and me coming outside or something. It was like 500 feet from where I slept, so they could just do what they wanted. If other people came, it just looked like two guys working out, looked like a guy working on a car, People really minded their own business more in the hood. So in the hood, it kind of gave them more opportunity to try and kill me, if that makes any sense. And they did. They tried to kill me. Yeah. They loosened my brake calipers. The brake calipers don't loosen on their own. As you guys can see, I use a torque wrench for everything. So yeah, they don't loosen. I'm very meticulous. They don't loosen on their own. Sorry, guys. I had to tow my car because luckily they only came off at like 15 miles an hour and locked my wheels up. Yeah, that was like on the highway or something. That would have been like really bad. But yeah. Appreciate the gesture. Anyways. This one always gives me a hard time. Just totally weird, man. They did that. They broke into my car and they took all the contents of the glove compartment and like what was in the center console, and they tossed it all on the floor. There was like things in there that a thief would steal. Like I had a taser in there and like weapons and stuff, and they didn't take any of that. But they did find, like, somehow, I don't know, it was in there or something, my wife's bank account information, and they neatly like placed it on the center console like it was cute or something, like to say, oh, we could steal her information if we wanted to. Like, just really evil-minded people doing this, that probably used a pry bar to gain access and unlock my car, and come here and take a pry bar here, maybe another one here or up here, get the door open enough and slide something in there and get that little thing pushed up, popped up. It's down, get it popped up, manually gain access to my car, and do whatever you want. That's what they fucking do. That's what they don't do it as much here, because like here's my cars and here's where I sleep, like right there. So they don't, they make the smallest little noise, I'm gonna come outside. So they don't do that here. But in Tivoli, oh, they definitely did. They deflated air out of one of my tires. It was like at 9 psi. I drove it on the highway, and it was the only tire, so it wasn't like the weather that did it. But it was, the rest of the tires were like normally kind of a little bit low because of the cold weather. But this one was like 9 psi. I drove it on the highway and like something just didn't feel right. Got off and checked it, 9 psi. So I kept highly suspicious that either it's leaking air or it's been fiddled with, because I've been used to this at this point. I started checking it like every day. And sure enough, the air was pretty consistent. It's the same tire that's on it, like more than a year later. So obviously it wasn't leaking air like that to where I needed to change it or anything. So yeah, if that makes any sense. And I believe it was, this car's been sitting for more than 2 months. So it was actually this tire right here, which I have not touched. So obviously you could tell this tire ain't leaking no damn air. They fucked with it. They took this cap off right here, and they used a freaking little punch or something to push this little valve in, and they used a valve tire pressure reader, and they took it down to 9 psi to try to kill me. Fucking piece of shit. But that's what these people are good for. Like I said, I think they're involved in child trafficking and shit. People are walking by wondering why this dude's like apparently talking to himself, and I'm recording, making a YouTube video and of me doing a car repair here and explaining weird events in my life that keep occurring. But anyways, this is all slapped together. We're gonna go ahead and I don't know if this guy's creeping down the street really slow. I don't know if I should say something, but this lady doesn't see this guy behind him. Stick behind him waiting. Whatever. It's no problem. Maybe honk your horn or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's torque these bolts down. And I don't even need to do this because I know from bolting this thing on like 101 times to like 2 different engines that it really doesn't need torque settings. But you know, just to make sure, I'm just gonna. These are M8 bolts, so. I don't want to crowd. Let's set them at 15 and see how they do first. You know what? No, I don't want to stop the video either and check. Use Google. Can't wait till I have my own little garage. I'm gonna make like a PVC garage here, attached to like here, and set it up, and like have like all my tools and everything in there. And I'll even hang up like a little computer that I can screen share with my phone, and like use Google through the big screen to like look up what I need to or watch car repair videos, and you know, if I need help with something or something like that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to reach. Yeah, that ain't happening. Let's do this one first. There's plenty enough torque there. 15 foot-pounds. I'll double check it, and if it's not right, I'll just come back and redo it. This lady's coming down the street again with a freaking walker. All right. It's gonna start raining heavily, so maybe I should. It's getting close to it. I just want to hear it solid. Like that, yep. That's 15. And I don't think I have any room. It's a custom fit here. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just good and tight torque settings on that one there. I don't even know, torque wrench is fitting. But you'll go ahead and finish this up. Might do the fuel too. Yeah, I might as well just do the fuel. Yeah, that's fine. And, let's get a good turn of the wrench with the ratchet, excuse me, on this. 3/8 there. It's probably all that's gonna fit. This is a 2.4, so it's a tighter squeeze for this supercharged setup in here, and where it sits and stuff, and the motor mounts and all that is different than the LSJ, so it's a tighter squeeze. And I want to make sure I don't want to shear anything or strip anything. It was having a difficult time getting that to. I want to make sure that's seated in there so I could turn it without hurting something or shearing a bolt. All right, now I'm gonna get some good torque on that. I'll put some power on it. I'll put some power on this one. You know what I'm saying? I'll flex on this one. I think that's enough torque. I really do, but just to make sure. Okay, now I'm moving the motor mounts with that amount of torque that I'm pressing. Damn, that's a lot of torque I'll be putting on. Just a little 3/8 ratchet, man. You gotta love these 3/8 old style Craftsman ratchets. I got like 5 or 6 of these things. I love these things. That's all I use. Got the new style Craftsman too, but they don't make them like they used to. Like they used to in America. Well, these are from like the 90s or something, 80s. Yeah, these are much better. Anyways. So that's on. So let's do the fuel. Oh, wait, let's make sure that the... Ooh, this is on too, pretty well. Is it? Yeah, it is. It's for the intake. Just a cold air intake here. Made sure to... I had a eBay cold air intake that I got for like 120 bucks on eBay. But man, they always don't ever buy that shit. It was actually like reduced to like, it started out 3 inches here, then it was reduced to like 2 and like 7.5. So it wasn't even getting as much air as it was supposed to. Like they fucked that up. This one's actually a true 3-inch all the way through, and I noticed substantial power gains from switching over to that. Using this ZZP cold air intake, which costs a pretty penny, but hey, it's made in America. And this is actually, that other stuff is like plastic. This is like the same material that you would make an exhaust pipe out of, kind of. So that's much better. Let's go ahead and do the fuel. We'll worry about the intake later. Let me make sure I got this right, because this is usually not... It's strange where I got this. And this is blocking this injector. Okay. Seat all these injectors in nice and snug. Don't want any fuel leaks. Most important is to remember this harness right here goes to the maps, for the map sensor, so we're going to slide that in. And I'm actually going to go ahead and plug the map sensor in right now, because it is hard to reach, and it just makes it a lot more convenient to have it plugged in from the get-go. And now we can torque this the fuel down. I did see a small fuel leak when fiddling around with the valve cover before. In port 1, cylinder 1 fuel injector, it seemed to be coming from the top, and I wiggled it more a little bit to try to simulate it again, but it didn't do it. So hopefully the O-ring is good on that. Obviously this is really easy to pull this off and change the O-ring if I need to, but we'll see how this works. I think we finally got it. Well, we had to jerry rig a few things before, because of some, this is a high mileage motor. It had some stripped bolt ends and stuff. We got a helicoil set and actually got the intake manifold in there properly this time without using a larger bolt. So yeah, should be all right this time. This is fine, actually. I like this. I prefer this where it sits. This is such a nice, well, it was really foggy earlier, and the fog unfortunately cleared up, but it was really Silent Hill-ish. Oh well, maybe I'll do it again tomorrow. Apparently it's going to rain for the next few days, so that's good. Maybe we'll see plenty of fog. And what we're seeing is warm air mixing with the cooler air there, creating the fog, which is always pleasant. And honestly, I wish my woman was more adventurous and like would go for a walk in the woods or something with me. I just don't want to do it by myself for some reason. She works a lot. She works really hard too, so she's always tired. Alright, cool. I don't think these are the exact bolts that were for the fuel rail to begin with, but I did notice upon inspection that one of them was stretched pretty well. So, and I noticed that these were the same size and they were just a little shorter and more taut. So I figured I'd use these instead. And they were exactly the same size. I didn't want to use that same stretched bolt again. I believe these are 89 inch-pounds. I'm just going to go with 89 inches because I believe everything else has been this far. But, I usually just get them hand tight, which has never caused me an issue. You just want to go even on each side because you don't want to stretch out an O-ring. So once you feel a little resistance, you know, move to the other, and it'll free up. Yep, see, it'll free up resistance on the other. Then there it is, a good tight turn to where it's no longer like hand tight. And you just have a special mechanic's touch, you know, especially after 20 years of doing this, over 20, almost going on 30 years. So, doing all my own repairs because I'm poor and I can't afford it. No, I love this stuff. Even if I could afford it, I'd still be down here doing this. We'll go to 89 inch-pounds instead of 15 foot-pounds. I love this little thing. I highly recommend it. It's a nice little tool. It's my little 3/8 there, torque wrench here under the hood. Okay, let's make sure. Let's hope this. Good. Just a little bit more there. I just don't want to. Good. That's good. It's definitely not going anywhere. Everything else is pretty much 89 inch-pounds, like everything. Coils, a valve cover. I mean, the timing chain, everything, guides. The hopefully that's good like that. It's actually lining up perfectly, so it should be fine. Yeah, that's good. All right, cool. I don't even need that. I don't even know about the impact out. DeWalt. I like all my stuff DeWalt. DeWalt's like really cool. Maybe I'm just a partial. I don't know. I like PlayStation instead of Xbox. I like DeWalt instead of Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee does make better, some pretty strong impacts. So I used to that pick and pull. That was what we used there. I like Chevy instead of Ford. I don't know. I just kind of stick to things that I'm actually pretty much. GM's my favorite type of vehicles, as you can see here. Every time I played Gran Turismo as a kid, I'd always pick that Camaro that I have behind me as one of my, you know, upgraded cars that I'd upgrade to. Ended up being the same car I got in high school. I got a little bit of nostalgia and I wanted it again. I wanted the V8 one this time, so I got it. I'm gonna tighten this down, even though this is, I don't like this. See what it's doing? Like crooking to the side, creaking on me. I don't like that shit, but that's precisely the reason why I'm gonna tighten it with this. I don't want it slipping off the throttle body. The throttle body there is really sensitive. Okay, that's good. I don't want to damage the dog body. That's good enough. Jesus. I think that just hit that, so hopefully that's good. Tighten up these bolts here. Oh, they're already tight. Cool. Ready to go. Everything's tight. This underneath. Okay, so I'm gonna need another washer for this. I think I'm just gonna do this thingy here. Yeah. And that's how I got it. And that's what we got. Alrighty. Well, alrighty then. I'm gonna tighten this PVC. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that right where it is. I'm gonna need it smaller. Let's just bring the whole crew. So that's smart. For others, I don't think I'm gonna need this again, so we could just put this back actually. Let's try this big size down on it. I think it's gonna be too small, and it is. It's too big. Excuse me. So we're gonna try 6.5, or excuse me, quarter. This is probably it, and it is. And that will do it. We'll start with this. I don't want this twisting on me. I want to have access to the bolt. I want to loosen or tighten it. That's me. It's kind of, that's fine where it is. And here we go. Shit. That definitely ain't going nowhere, so I don't think I need to bust out the... Yeah, I ain't gonna go ahead. All that's left is this hose and the electrical connections, and oh yeah, there's a few more things left, excuse me. It's actually, before we forget, here's a mistake, and I'm going to go ahead and correct this now because I don't like this. And I just don't like it. So I want this hose to go underneath this PVC for the, I don't even know what this is. It's a coolant line. I want it to go underneath it, so I think I tore into this. Let's examine this. I think I might have tightened this a little too much. Here. I definitely don't want to examine that. Yeah, maybe cut that off, or and that's definitely going to be a vacuum leak if I don't. And it's just going to have to stretch a little bit more around there, and I'll have to be a bit more gentle with the tightening. We'll get a hose clamp and a pair of scissors and the rest of the stuff that we need. Man, those neoprene hoses are fragile. So... batteries also, let's not forget about that. So we need another clamp. Let's see what we have here. I'll make sure it's the That should be about. Let's bring a couple just to be sure. I'll bring these two. An extra piece of hose there. I can't leave that neoprene hose. You know what? It won't stick out as much, so it'll just be more of a tight fit, which is good after all. So it don't squeeze down as much on that. Should I use these scissors? No, I see something. Let's hook this in. Hook this thing up. So now, have some more stuff later. So I gotta drain the oil. And add new oil. I gotta change the filter though. Well, if I was rich, I'd just change the filter too. I just call it an oil change, early oil change. Alright, so before we put this in, first things first. Yeah, cocksucker. I'll pull this piece of hose out right here. I'm gonna squeeze it on this nipple with this windshield washer pump. Seat it in a way to where it doesn't obstruct it. We don't want that. That's why I got it sitting on the washers. Okay, custom fit little jerry rig there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the hose. The electrical connection, excuse me. And then we'll two 10mm nuts. I'll just slap these on there, slap this together real quick. Well, it's starting to look really pretty. Because this is a 2.4, of course. The intake box wasn't originally here. It was over here. So this is where the windshield washer fluid was. So to get that to work, we had to reroute the lines all the way here and hook up a custom box, coolant, whatever box you want to call it, for windshield washer fluid. And some RTD magic got it to. And I don't have any torque specs for this thing, but you know, there's my own little thing here. Same for the airbox, I guess, which is where this originally, what was originally here was the airbox. I just want them nice and tight. That's good enough torque there. Yeah, ain't going nowhere. This does probably flutter a little bit. Nice. It's all good. Thin little metal there. Ain't too bad. It's cool. It's cool. Alright. I forgot the scissors. Yeah, I did. Well, I didn't do anything else. Let's make sure that we don't get ahead of ourselves. Because I actually want to, yeah. This will come down. Yep, that's exactly what we want. How we want it. And I'm pretty sure I can get that to fit just fine. I just don't want me tightening that hose a little bit too much, cause it to. So give it a good tug, and once I can't tug it anymore, I'm just a little bit more gentle with it. I gotta get this, I need all this stuff out of here. I'm gonna build a deck here, and we're gonna put a plastic, more modern, this door frame needs to be fixed too. Alright, shit. What was it? So, do something My hibiscus plant died during the winter, so that sucks. I have to get another one from Home Depot. Maybe I'll get a few. Just gotta remember to bring them inside for the winter time. Who knows what else this fucking shit killed? Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out in the spring. Okay. I'm gonna cut this because I cut it. I want it nice and, I just want it nice and smooth. So, yeah, there we go. And now we'll seat it on. This hose is like, cut some slack here, buddy. I guess it's like bent or something. Unbend it. I don't know. I can at least fit it back on. Alright, cool. Piece it on. I'm looking at it, and I'm not even gonna try to. Yeah. Let's go right here. Where does this thing end? Definitely do it right here. Alright. Very gentle. Just want to get it to the point where it won't. Well, that's pretty much to that point. Alright. That should do it. I mean, I don't think that's... I don't want to overdo it either. Just don't want any leaks. Just very gently. Okay, that's good. So I can't turn it either. If I can't turn it like this, if I can't pull it and turn it, then it's good. Okay, so now to this. Is it gonna be this? Or is it gonna be this? I want it to be this. Let's see if it'll do this. And yeah, it's fine. Is it fine to push it over? No? Okay. What the fuck with that anymore? Let's grab the 8. I think it's an 8. Is it an 8? Yep, it's an 8. Let's give it a little slack. Now let's see if we can pull it over. Definitely fighting me. Let's pull it up. Yeah, let's pull it up. Now it's just giving me a hard time now, isn't it? Alright, cool. Now slowly just shimmy it on. Yep. That's good. So right here is where I'm gonna tighten it. This rubber is it's not gonna be as fragile as this other stuff. So that ain't going nowhere. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, there we go. Now I can leave it alone. This is a brake booster line, so let me just make sure. There. Just like we did here. Yeah, not too much, but that's enough. Ain't going anywhere, my peeps. Yeah, that's cool. All right, everything's on. We got this on. So let's go ahead and pull the harness back on. First, we'll start it with the this one obviously is black right here. Yeah. And this yep. And there's the delivery of power. This is for this. It'll come last. Okay. So I'm gonna make sure that we don't mess this up because they're both 4-pin. Here. Okay, the blue. Okay. Wanna see? Okay. Green, white, red, and purple. So those are the ones we're looking for. Green, white, something in purple, and then on the back it's yeah, different colors. Let's say green, white, and then this one. There's no power, so we'll hook it up. I think that's it. Yeah, this one certainly is not it. So. Same way. Same wires, the same wires. This is it. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. Right here. Across. Yeah. That. There it is. And back together, huh? Still needs a battery and the other things. I'm gonna put this away. We're not gonna be needing this. Oh yeah, the impact is for the battery. So before we put the battery in, we're gonna charge it one more time. Because this is gonna sit here a little longer. It needs some more oil, but that's what we got, peeps. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah. That's what we're working with. I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, it's hot, isn't it? We'll do it like this. Alright. Cool. Need more coolant. This thing has some weird type of mysterious coolant leak somewhere. Maybe with the O-rings back there. Trying to think for a second. Let's get this got this weird feeling. But not like a bad one, like a good feeling. Kind of. Like a good, weird vibe out in the universe. It just made me feel good. Alright, anyways. Which I'll always appreciate and love. Well, energy is the most important. Energy is like the source behind everything. Like, people want money so they could have nice things and whatever they want so they can have good energy. Like, it's all about the energy when it comes to everything. So, the headlight problem, I'm gonna leave that for now. This needs a new headlight and a new headlight bolt. That old one needs to be drilled out or something. Anyways, okay. Okay. Just a piece of little wire recovery missing. Messing up the seam there. But go ahead, for the most part, everything's done. And start bringing things in here. For the most part. Pull this out. Make this stuff in here. You know what? Let's just leave everything out for now. Bring this in. Get the water cooler. Make sure we don't forget a little cover there as well. Now for it has its own hose. So let's see if we can find something. I believe we have for sandpaper, dog shit. Stuff I don't need right now. Detailing. Alright, so it's not in here. Oh. Here. only one place it could be is, I reckon, might be in this little box of. And sure enough, I already found some. Okay, this is for the Camaro. That's blue, so we don't want that. Crap. Dog shit. Yeah, I just have to leave it for now. Oh, you know what? At least it's good to know where all my Camaro stuff is. Okay, cool. And this is for the timing cover shit here. Perhaps in one of these boxes. I think these are rubber exhaust hangers, and they are. Extra bolts, empty box. So a piece of, nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe this thing right here has something in here. Not this one. I know there's something, one of these, some tow hitches, like figure out how to hook these up. I forgot I had these. I should have took a look at that while it was up. Oh, maybe I will again take the bumper off. These empty boxes, the back. Yeah. Maybe this is the last one. Great. So, no. Oh well. I don't know. It's not important anyways, but I'd have liked to have it. Oh well. Put this shit back. Get hot. Well, what is it to get some more wire loom? That's what I was looking for. Let's see what we don't need it. Let's take this off. This thing. Little catch can. And let's bolt it in. It's the last thing, of course, besides the battery. Make sure that battery is fully charged. I was wrong. I was gonna need this again. Alright. Feed the line and yeah, something like that. Just don't want to come into contact with this pulley. Yeah. Right. Let's go ahead and see if there's no catch can in there. Alright. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing here. I might go ahead and cut. Stuff that I want to cut through. Oh, this stuff is tough. It's much tougher. Let's do that. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's why I should have just left it the way it was. It's already stretched out to fit. Now it's gonna give me a hard time, but it's okay. Give it enough force. Come on. Jesus Christ. Come on. Let's try something a little bigger. Guys keep coming back and forth. Get these kids up to this today. Something. There we go. Come on.